DailyMail.com. Ohio mayor tells entire school board to resign or face child pornography charges after teachers gave children writing prompt to write a sex scene you wouldn't show your mom. Yeah, I saw this just now, and my jaw hit the floor. I knew it was crazy out there, but the stuff I'm seeing today, I have no words to describe some of the other things that I've seen. The evil in some of the other things that I've seen today. Wow. And for those of you wondering or paying attention, I am releasing this on Wednesday night rather than Thursday because I have too much stuff to do tomorrow. So you're getting it a little bit early. Let's get into this article now. Hudson, Ohio Mayor Craig Schubert delivered the harsh ultimatum on Monday. Threatened charges against entire school board if they don't resign. Parents are outraged over book of writing prompts given to kids age 17. Prompts include raunchy sex themes such as an X-rated Disney scenario. Write a sex scene you wouldn't show your mom, another prompt urges. Schubert claimed that the material amounted to child pornography. Yes, okay. So I don't know what the laws are in Ohio. Let me take a look here real quick and I'll share those with you. Age of consent in Ohio is 16. Now, that does not mean that this is not considered pornography, child pornography in some way. But it seems to me that if you're going to have an age of consent of 16, then 17-year-olds can do this sort of thing. When I saw this headline, I thought they were like maybe going to be younger than 17. But still, why are we presenting this stuff in school, in public school? Ridiculous. This has no business being in a public school. No, it's all empowerment. Okay, whatever, stupidity, whatever. Now, before we continue, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. YouTube does unsubscribe people. You can find me over on Rumble and on Twitter. A mayor in Ohio has threatened the city's entire school board with criminal charges unless they resign over highly sexual writing prompts that teachers gave to underage students. Hudson Mayor Craig Schubert delivered the harsh ultimatum during a school board meeting on Monday, garnering loud applause from outraged parents who also spoke out on the topic given to children age 17. Like I said, it's to me, if you're going to have age of consent be 16, then you can have children writing about sex at 17. However, it has no place in schools. My tax dollars pay for this crap. Why are we writing about this stuff in public schools? If they want to go to college and take a sexuality course, I don't care. They're adults at that point. My tax dollars aren't necessarily paying for that, though they probably are, but still, they're adults and they can talk about that sort of stuff as adults should be. So, not in public schools. Ridiculous. At issue are the highly inappropriate writing prompts distributed to students in the Liberal Arts 2 writing class at Hudson High School, including write a sex scene you wouldn't show your mom, describe your favorite part of a man's body using only verbs, and write an X-rated Disney scenario. Excuse me? What the hell does this have to do with learning your ABCs? Your 1, 2, 3s? The amount of stupidity out there. I somehow have to figure out how to make $1 million every year for the rest of my life so that I do not have to be taken care of by these freaks when I'm old. I can afford to buy a robot to do it. Holy crap. I gotta figure out a way to reverse the aging process because these things are going to be trying to take care of me when I'm old. Yeah, okay. It has come to my attention that our educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom, fumed Mayor Schubert. I've spoken to a judge this evening, and she's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. Either choose to resign from this Board of Education, or you will be charged. Left to right, Hudson School Board President David Zero, Board Vice President Steve DeMurio, I don't know how to say that, and member Alyssa Wright. Wow. Well, the one in the middle, Steve here, Vice President Steve, he actually looks intelligent, but the other two do not. I don't know. Hudson School Board members James Field and Tom Tobin. Or is that Tobin? It's probably supposed to be Tobin because it has only one B. James looks kind of smart. Tom does not look smart at all. We can watch the ultimatum right here in real time.
Mr. Earl, members of the board, my name is Craig Schubert. I'm the mayor of this city. It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom. I've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education or you will be charged. Thank you. Thank you for your comment.
All right, so there's that. Just what we already read, but you can see it in video here. The mayor then rose from the microphone and stormed out of the meeting, the loud cheers and applause from parents in the audience. It was unclear whether the inappropriate writing material given to school children truly violates child pornography laws, as the mayor claimed, but nevertheless, parents in the district were outraged, and they should be. This has no business being taught in public schools, as I keep saying. Why are we teaching pornography to children of any age? If you're considered a child of any age, whether there's consent involved or not, you don't teach pornography to them. Once you're an adult, you have freedom to go seek that stuff out if you want to. It reminds me, so I did that video recently on the backdoor challenge that Lily Phillips and, Tiffany Goodtime, Wisconsin Tiff did. Wisconsin Tiff said she's been in this industry for 21 years. And she's like, 36? She's been doing adult films for 21 years. And she's 36. You do the math. That means she started as a child. Where are the parents? What has gone wrong with our civilization that we don't raise our children anymore? Ohio law does prohibit sending harmful or obscene material to or sharing it with a minor, though this statute usually refers to sexting or sending obscene images. That doesn't mean it doesn't apply to other things. The relevant statute exempts obscene material that is presented for bona fide educational purposes, leaving the legal questions around the controversy murky. And it's not murky at all. I can tell you this straight up. For bona fide educational purposes, it's like, okay, well, how does the human body work? How does human reproduction work? How do romantic relationships work? Okay, what is appropriate in a romantic relationship? Not, hey, write a sex scene you wouldn't share with your mom. How is that teaching the children anything but that they could have inappropriate thoughts if they want them? The offensive prompts were given to students in the book 642 Things to Write About, which contains many innocuous writing prompts as well as some that are highly sexualized and inappropriate for minors. The writing class that the book was assigned in is offered in association with Hiram College, for college credit, but is taught at high school, officials said. Yeah, so Hiram College, that's fine. Do it in college. If you want to do that, okay. Parent Monica Havens told the school board meeting she found out about the inappropriate writing prompts from a friend. I asked my daughter if she had been reading a book with inappropriate stuff in it, and she said yes, said Havens, who was formerly a public school teacher for 11 years. I can't even wrap my brain around as a teacher. I don't care if it's for college credit. These are minors, Havens said. When these topics are encouraged and read by adults, that is pedophilia, said outraged mother. Yeah, but like I said, the laws in Ohio are kind of turned around on this, clearly. I mean, you have somebody who's a minor, but they can consent to adult things at 16. And that's where I get kind of like, okay, get your head on straight. Change the law to 18. It's that simple. You won't have these problems anymore. Okay, so this is grooming and all you need to be replaced, Havens told the school board, telling the members. You have dedicated yourselves to woke social justice. Yes. So woke is not social justice. Woke is social revenge. It's vengeance on white people, on men, on straight people, on Christians, on just the normal people, the status quo, even though it's all ancient history, so vengeance doesn't really apply in this situation. Havens claimed that the book had been on the curriculum for 6 years, accusing the board of sleeping on the job. You have allowed the sexualization of our youth and grooming material to be approved for classroom content, Havens said. Each and every one of you should be ashamed, she added. The police officer from the nearby city of Stow also addressed the board, calling for cameras to be installed in every public school classroom. Public officers wear body cameras to monitor their behavior, and they have briefer interactions with the public. You guys have our kids all day, and we don't know what's going on in the classrooms. Well, maybe be more involved in what your students' assignments are. I don't know. Administrators at Hudson High School have already issued an apology over the controversy, saying they were unaware of the inappropriate prompts and are working to collect the books. Hudson High School principal Brian Wilch said at Monday's meeting, there are times we need to take a step back, reflect, and get better. We did not exercise our due diligence when we reviewed this resource, and we overlooked several prompts that were not appropriate. We felt terrible. You can't unsee them, he said. Yeah, why does he still have a job? Why do the teachers still have jobs? I mean, obviously they're probably tenured and they can't be fired because that's the way it works. But something has to happen. The teacher should have known better than to give out a book that has this in it and to assign these assignments. It's ridiculous. It was a college-level course. The book was being used for 5 years, and none of the prompts and questions were ever chosen. How do you know that for sure? Brian Thrasher. Where are you getting that information from? Do you have a source? Please give me that source. Even if it's in the book, though, it shouldn't be. I mean, it shouldn't be given to students. That book shouldn't be given to students. A college level course, therefore it's okay. Just because it's college level doesn't mean that the children are of college age. Summit County, Ohio prosecutor's office said today that there will be no criminal charges filed on this nonsense. Too bad, Mayor. Go cry to your hero, Trump, about it. Wow. So, Taliban loves Trump. This guy, he loves Trump even though he's Taliban. Huh, that's nice. Yeah, you people are sick. If you think this is okay to give to students at all, you people are sick. Look, or to underage students. Look, I was exposed to pornography when I was 7 years old for the first time. I lived in an industrial area. I had an older brother who he was 3 years older than me. He had a friend who was 2 years older than him. And I think his friend who was 2 years older than him went out into one of the work sites and, got into some crane or something and found some guy's magazine and shared it with my brother, and both of them shared it with me. That's inappropriate. And that was just the first throughout my entire childhood. So, another 11 years of that sort of thing. It's not appropriate for kids. Having lived through that, it's not appropriate for kids. Now, I haven't been, some sort of irresponsible person with that area of my life so much. I made a few missteps here and there, but minor stuff. Don't have any kids. Never caught any diseases. I'd never hurt anybody. I'm the one always getting my feelings hurt. So, never hurt any feelings. To speak of, there were some relationships that were pretty ugly. So you could blame me for that. At least it was half my fault, right? So I turned out okay, but still, keep this stuff away from kids. We don't need to be having this stuff in public schools. I don't want my tax dollars paying for it. Teach people to do the right thing instead of teaching them to be little sexual deviants. Anyway, that's all I got for this time. I thank you all for watching, especially if you stuck around this long, and I'll see you in the next video.